Thank you, Dr. Joshi, for enlightening us with your address on how MRSAC is using geospatial technology for e-governance across major economic sectors. I now invite Mr. Upkar Pathak, Superintending Surveyor, Survey of India, who is also serving as the project officer for the prestigious Swamitwa scheme and establishment of course network for the entire country. Over to you, Mr. Pathak.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you show the next slide? Achha. First of all, I would like to give you a brief introduction of Survey of India. We are the national mapping agency, as you all know. So our mandate is fivefold. First, we are mandated to establish the national spatial reference frame, which comprises of horizontal reference frame and vertical reference frame. So currently, I think all the state governments and all the agencies, like in the morning, our speaker said that all the cities are doing something or else in the geospatial sector, but I don't think they are using national reference frame or the same projection system and everything. So we are trying to promote the use of national reference frame. Second is to prepare national topographic template. So after the advent of latest new geospatial policy last year, everybody is free to prepare the geospatial data. So now we have changing our role to giving the base map or the foundation data set. So in the national topographic template, we will prepare foundation data set for the whole country on which everybody can further develop the data. Third is to prepare national digital elevation model. So in various projects, we are preparing national digital elevation model, like in NHP and NMCG, we are preparing digital elevation model for the project area. But after the projects, we will be covering the whole country and prepare digital elevation model and geode model for the whole country. Next is administrative boundary database. So we have prepared up to Tehsil level, prepared and validated actually up to Tehsil level. And we are trying to go to the village level administrative boundary database. Next is toponymy. We are also mandated to have a database of geographical names of the whole country. So in this slide, I am showing what number of maps we have prepared in various scales. Apart from the internal boundaries, we are also preparing international boundaries, and whenever the disputes between interstate boundaries are there, we are there to solve it. So what are the challenges that we are facing currently? First challenge is that the government tells the agencies what to prepare. We need to have a understanding of what is the user requirement. Then, as per the user requirement, we need to prepare the data set. Like for the populated area, we need large scale maps, but for the non-populated area, like forest and all, we don't need very large scale maps at first. Then, as per the importance of area, we can update it to the higher scale. Next is lack of training at all the levels of officers. So when a challenge is put by the government to the departments to prepare data as per their requirement, the officers should be aware of what the technologies are there and how to use them. So we need to train them, and then they can take a decision based on the training and the technologies that are available there. And as of now, in our country, very few solutions are there for the real time monitoring. Like if anybody is encroaching on government land, there is no mechanism that a person can report it right away using any app or something. Many state governments are in way of developing that, but it is not widespread. Next is people don't have clarity in the scope of work. So most of time, even we face the problem when somebody calls us and says us we need to get a drone survey for this area, that area for this purpose. But it is not always uh, possible to do the drone survey in every area. Like in thick vegetation, you don't go straight away with optical camera. So you need to clearly understand what is the scope of work, what kind of accuracy you want, and for what purpose you will be using the data. So according to the user requirement and the scope of work, you can decide the technology. And next is we need to promote the use of WebGIS, IT, and cloud infrastructure so that uh, industry can grow and the burden is not completely on the government, because in the government manpower is decreasing day by day. So we need to have these kind of solutions which can help the government in yeah. So these are the national level projects that we are doing currently. Samit scheme, continuously operating reference stations, large scale mapping and resurvey of for various states, national hydrology projects, and national mission for clean air. These are some important projects that we are doing, and from other than these projects, we are doing some other small projects for specific requirement of state government agencies. Swamitva, in Swamitva, since all of us are aware, Swamit is a flagship scheme of the central government, in which we are doing drone mapping of the Abadi areas of all the villages across the country. So in Swamit scheme, we are capturing the data in less than 5 centimeter resolution and mapping at 1:500 scale. Total 6,62,000 villages are to cover, and we have covered more than 1,30,000 villages till date. Here is an example of drone image that is being captured. It is an ortho-rectified imagery and the final village map that we are preparing. So this is the methodology. It is done in 3 steps. First is pre-survey. Pre-survey, the state government gives us villages. They identify the villages, identify the Abadi area, and then the state governments organizes Gram Sabhas and all, and sensitizes the administration and the citizens, because at the both level they should know what is the scheme all about and how they are going to survey. Third is training of revenue officials. Then the state governments and Survey of India jointly train the revenue officers in the technology that is being used, so that they can further train the officers in the field. Then the state governments demarcate the outer area and tell us what is the Abadi area on which we have to survey. In the surveying, first we have to provide control points, and Then we go for data acquisition using drone so that we can give geo-referenced author-rectified imagery. After the drone survey is completed, the data is processed and author-rectified imagery is generated. Then it is feature extraction is done on that, and we give first map to the state government, on which they go to the village level and check if the data and the property parcels actually marked by us are correct or not, and they modify the property parcel and give us back. So we correct it further. Then they distribute the map to the villages, and if anybody has any objections on the maps, they object it, and it is then corrected. Then final map is submitted to the state governments and property cards are distributed. So the benefits that is for the administration are like all the like in the challenges I said, there is lack of training at all the levels. So in name of Swamitva, the officials are getting trained by Survey of India at NIGST Hyderabad, and as much as the support they required for in technological sense, we are giving them. And when the Gram Sabha is there, even the villagers are aware what is drone survey and how they are doing and what kind of data will be generated and what benefits they will get. So awareness is reaching grassroots level. Then the villages will, all the citizens of the villages will get ownership rights. They will have that they did not have previously. So they can get loans and the disputes will be lesser. Since at the time of objection, whatever most of the disputes that they have are resolved at the Gram Sabha level. And the enterprise level GIS solution will be given so that the Panchayati Raj department and other departments of government of India, they can plan better for the villages. Then in the National Hydrology Project, we are preparing maps on 1:25 K scale, 1:25,000 scale. GIS maps are being prepared, and we are preparing digital elevation models on 0.5 meter, 5 meter, and 10 meter, depending on the vicinity of from the river basin, on either 5 kilometers from both sides of river. So this will help government in deciding in water management, flood management, reservoir operations, and drought management. Similarly, in National Mission for Clean Ganga, it is majorly for pollution control. So in National Mission for Clean Ganga, we are preparing GIS maps on 1:10,000 scales with integrated public drainage network. So the pollution sources will be identified, and with help of that, the government can control the pollution. Next is CORS. So in CORS, we are establishing continuously operating reference stations which will observe the satellites continuously, and data will be processed on a control center at Dehradun, and the corrections will be given through a Survey of India's portal, and a 3D accuracy in centimeter level accuracy will be achievable within minutes. So I think this project will be completed soon this year. So CORS, since it is being monitored, it will be monitoring the satellite corrections with a very dense network continuously. So the horizontal reference frame and vertical reference frame can be kept up as per the changes. Currently, we are not updating our reference system. We are still using 2005 epoch. So after the establishment of CORS, the National Spatial Reference Frame will be stabilized, and we can use the updated reference system, and it will benefit, like it will help in emergency response. And since the accuracy is centimeter level, we can predict the um, whatever emergency responses are required. We can get accurate positions. And if, like Abhijit sir said, they are trying to develop a system for measurement of melas and that. So in these kind of situation, we do need centimeter level accuracy. So with establishment CORS network, these kind of applications can be developed. Other than that, we are doing large scale mapping and resurvey for several states like AP, Haryana, and Karnataka. So in which in that complete cadastral system, cadastral records will be transformed to the national reference frame, and then the states can develop upon that. With these projects, we are giving boost to the geospatial ecosystem as a whole, and with helping the state governments, with collaborating the state governments, giving them training, we are helping them to grow in geospatial sector. Thank you for giving me time. Thank you.